Here's something you don't see every day, but you do see it every year. You just don't know it. WashingtonTimes.com. Federal government, splurge on lobster, pianos, golf carts in a race to spend the use it or lose it budget. Well, we have some leftover budget. Let's just splurge like we won the lottery. Lobster, like the Jerky Boys. I don't eat lobsters. I slapped that shit right off my table because I don't eat that shit. I licked that shit. And then I slapped that shit right off my table. You got big brown balloons? Jerky Boys, baby. Jerky Boys. Could you imagine you at your house, got a budget, you're making good money, but for whatever reason you have a budget that you can spend and this is what you get at the end of the year? Wouldn't most people say, well, I've got extra money, put it in the bank, put it in the savings, put it in the checking, whatever, do something with it, right? In your own household. So shouldn't the government, who's spending our money, we're being taxed to death, shouldn't they say, these old taxpayers, rather than buy lobsters, big brown balloons, pianos, and golf carts, let's not do that to help our country. No. Let's spend like drunken sailors. And then we'll have the Democrats come in and offer the new Green Deal or the Green New Deal. It'll cost $90 trillion to implement this, but don't worry about it. We'll just figure out how to do it. It turns out September, not April, may be federal taxpayers' worst nightmare. The end of the government's fiscal year usually brings an orgy of spending as agencies look at their budgets, see extra cash lying around, and figure they'd better use it all up or risk it getting cut in the future. The use it or lose it mentality explains why the Defense Department spent, $9,241 on a Wexford leather chair, $2.3 million in pocket change, on crab, and another $2.3 million on lobsters. Because they don't like that shit. They licked that shit. Then they slapped that shit right off the table. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just search Jerky Boys Lobster. Go Google, YouTube it. According to a study released Thursday by Open the Books, taxpayers shelled out $97 billion on contracts in September, including a staggering $53 billion in the final week, 7 days that cost more than the entire month of August, by the way. In the final month of the fiscal year, federal agencies scramble to spend what's left in their annual budget. Agencies worry spending less than their budget allows might prompt Congress to appropriate less money in the next fiscal year, said the report from the government spending. Yes. To avoid this, federal agencies choose to embark on an annual shopping spree rather than admit they can actually operate on less. I used to volunteer for the sheriff's office, and the lady who was a master deputy was in charge of the volunteer group. She's already retired now, by the way, but otherwise I'm like, I don't know if I should say this, I don't want to mess anything up for her potentially. Not that it really should, but she's long gone. And she had said one time, because we had a budget too, that some of that budget money could come into this department, that, the volunteer area or department. And it was the same thing. Use it or lose it. What do we need? You guys need let's get some extra raincoats. Let's get some extra, vests, so people can see us at night. Some new ones, And, okay, I get it. But at least she wasn't, let's go buy some lobsters, some big brown balloons, some whatever. No. Actually use it for some equipment that technically, did we really need it? Maybe not. But, hey, we got some new stuff. It was a few years old. Okay. But the point was, when she said it, I remember hearing her saying it, if we don't use the budget, we stand a good chance of them dropping down the budget on us. So every department knows to use their budget. So this is not just a federal thing. I'm sure it's a state government thing, and certainly a county. Remember, I was talking about the county's sheriff's office, which there's no state sheriff's office. So if my county did that, and the federal government's doing it, I wonder about all the other counties in Florida and every other one of the 50 states. I wonder if they're doing the same thing. Do you have any idea if all that crap from the local levels to the state levels to the federal level said, you know what? We're not going to give you a use it or lose it. If you don't have it, great, we're going to claw it back. And next year we'll look at it again and whatever. But yeah, the point is, if they don't use it, the default thing to do is reduce it. So they always use it, and they'll waste it. I mean, look, again, I like the sheriff's office here. I don't think there's problems like some of these other sheriff's office has, with brutality and stuff. Like, I really like the sheriff's office. But when I first went in there to offer to volunteer and, okay, take some courses and, like, you got to train and do some stuff. Okay. Every room that we went into, massive TV screens, 50-inch, back, I'm talking years ago when, 50-inch was huge. 50-inch screens, double screens, monitor. I mean, the government don't play when they go to spend money. The government does not play. I'll have the best of everything you have. Thank you. So therefore, not only are you paying income tax to give these bastards money to spend on lobster and crab, but locally, you're effing property tax, most of which goes to the rotten school system, school board, administrators, fluff, and sheriff's office and other things, of course. And they all have the same mentality. When in fact, wouldn't it be nice to just 1 year, hey, your property taxes are going way down. Oh, and by the way, it's not because of a housing crash where we had to forcefully take less income because the market's being destroyed. No. Everything's fine. The housing's the same. Everything's good. We just spent a lot less money this year. Merry Christmas, taxpayers. Local property taxes are going down. Have a nice day. Nope. Use that effing budget to the max. We need our form of a republic. Republic is what we were given in this country, which is a republican form of government. Not a democracy. We need administrators for everything. We're going to give money to Democrat. We're going to create all these organizations and sub-organizations and sub-government. Yeah. No. We need small government, as Ron Paul has been screaming all these years, even now that he's retired, retired, whatever, from being a congressman for a long time. One of the only good guys in the damn place. Very few people like him. But he's still screaming from the rooftops. We need small government, smaller budgets. We don't need this. And he's right. And this is a prime example. Use it or lose it. Oh, okay. Take care.